What is up, YouTube? Frosty Hobidon here, and today we're gonna react to a episode from On Top of Fourth Wall Linkara. This was a requested video from Commander Grizzly. This is his birthday gift. I said I was gonna do it for him. So yeah, here it is. Top Fourth Wall from Linkara. I hope I pronounced his name. I hope I pronounced the usernames right. It's been a while since I've seen his videos. And it's been a while. It's been a while since I seen On Top the Fourth Wall's videos. I think it's pronounced Linkara or Sinkara. It's Linkara. Am I pronouncing it right? I'm so sorry. I am so sorry if I messed up the guy's name, the guy's username. Please forgive me. Other than that, this is his happy birthday to Commander Grizzly. I hope you enjoyed this reaction video. This is a Star Wars 3D issue 1. This is a comic book reviewer, and I hear he's very funny. I see almost on par, close to Nostalgia Critic's level. He's like Nostalgia Critic, except he reviews comic books. Other than that, this is a over 38 or over 39 minute long video, so I hope I can get through this as much as I can. It's now said, let's get this started, shall we? Because talking wastes more time. In 3, 2, 1, go.
You may remember me as your former president, America. After I was impeached, and really, how was I supposed to know that prostitute was a cop? I began dreaming of something bigger and better. Conquest of the
I'm more interested in the prostitute was a cop.
Nimoy, deploy
Good
neutral
laugh.
shutdown sequence.
Shutdown sequence has been deployed. The system is not responding.
For a minute there, I thought that looked like the Code Lyoko logo. Remember that show?
Neutro! It's been out of my hands for a while now, but not anymore. The world governments will surrender to me, or I will level your cities. Although, I might just do that anyway.
Okay, your acting is over the top, and I love every moment of it. By the way, just in case y'all know, I might not get the chance to say this, but I have seen Batman versus the Ninja Turtles. It's a really good animated short film. Go check it out, because seeing Batman beat the crap out of the Shredder is so satisfying. The Ninja Turtles are on point as always. Damian Wayne is hilarious. Damian Wayne is likable in this, because it shows that how much he has grown. It's inspired by the comic book Batman vs. Ninja Turtles, the current version. Joker, played by Troy Baker, does an amazing job. He sounds like a younger Mark Hamill. Tara Strong is Harley Quinn. All the characters in that was a whole lot of fun. And Tom Kenny as Penguin, I love that one. But Troy Baker as Batman and Joker, that caught me off guard. He played them well. I like that. Anyway, I really like the series. I just watched it yesterday, or maybe the day before yesterday. And so, yeah, that's all I gotta say. The Batman vs. Ninja Turtles, a good animated series. Good animated movie. Go check it out. And back to where we continue.
How the hell did that psycho get a hold of Neutro? I'd sure as hell like to know. Nimoy, you're supposed to monitor Neutro's security along with everything else.
Really
This
now?
unit has been severely overtaxed this last year.
Wait,
along
what?
with random malfunctions across Comicron 1.
That's
the
not
continued
good.
Observations of several individuals, regular maintenance, and searches for the previously unidentified gunslinger have forced this unit to relax certain security measures in order to stay functional.
Oh, wow.
He could have been planning this for months, ever since he discovered you lost your magic, Linkara. If he had enough patience, he
Linkara.
could have hacked into
Now, who the
Neutro's
heck are
systems,
you?
overridden its security protocols, and
You
gone
look
in
like
without
Doc Ock,
any
man.
of us ever noticing. We've got to stop him
You make
before
a
he
great
does any
role as
more
Doc
damage.
Ock.
Nimoy, charge the forward lance. Slice that robot in half.
Confirmed.
I know it's just Linkara portraying these characters, but hey.
Neutro robot is
Except the
undamaged.
maid doctor.
It
Except the
appears
crazy
to have
doctor.
an energy shield.
Insano has been busy. Neutro never had an energy shield before.
Insano? What?
We are being
That's
hailed
his
by enemy
supervillain
robots.
name?
On screen.
So, Linkara, how's that whole magic
You
not
kinda
working
stumbled there.
anymore
What
thing
was
working
that?
out for you?
My magic was restored a few months ago, Insano. Surrender now, and I won't use it to send your ass to hell.
Oh, it's back.
Big
is it?
words.
That sucks. But still, doesn't matter. I've equipped Neutro with a negator, and thanks to this energy shield, I don't think
You
even
just
the
say that
Blitzball's going to
sucks.
keep me from
Oh, well,
fulfilling
that
my
sucks.
destiny.
You're crazy, you bastard!
Really? Well, in case you forgot, Neutro was mine to begin with, and you stole it from me. And
Really?
You didn't even vacuum in here, or dust, or put an air freshener or anything. But it doesn't matter.
Are you having that
because I'll clear
conversation
the air
now?
myself with laser beams.
Oh no, not the lasers.
Can you beam me down there?
Teleportation systems are unable to penetrate enemy robot shields.
Then what
Maybe
is
get through
working?
to Angry Joe. Maybe get some reinforcements.
Angry Joe Army Station is currently orbiting the other side of the planet. It
Really?
will take several hours to maneuver into location on thrusters,
Huh.
and several hours to return to optimal teleport position.
I can get through that shield in less than an hour, Linkara. I promise it.
Okay then.
Then do so. Till then, there's only one thing I can do.
What?
Gather my thoughts. With a comic book.
Of course. I mean, that's what your channel's all about, so yeah, so let's get this review started. And cue the intro. Okay. Is his magic gun unlimited bullets? That sucks. Alright. The intro has changed. Star Wars 3D. I have never heard of this version of Star Wars, and it looks
Hello
weird.
and welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn.
Alright.
At this point, well, what can I really say about Star Wars? It's Star Wars. Everyone under the sun has talked about it.
Yes.
We've seen people deconstruct the prequels and find everything that's wrong with them. We've lampooned and parodied the original trilogy. We've made the jokes. We've seen Turkish and Brazilian Star Wars. So what am I bringing to the
There are
discussion?
parodies of it?
Well, how about being the guy that doesn't like Star Wars as much as others? Now, don't get me wrong, I don't hate Star Wars. I love the
Anakin
movies, and even if I
Skywalker
think
was
the
a whole
prequels
lot
suck,
better
I
in the
still
Star
got a
Wars
lot of
Clone
entertainment
Wars.
value out of riff
Clone
tracks
Wars
making fun of
animated
them,
series.
or the
He was a
Plinkett
whole
reviews
lot
heavily
better there.
deconstructing them.
It's what you
But the
wanted
thing is
Anakin
that in the
Skywalker
classic
to act
battle
like
between
in
Star
that
Trek and
series.
Star Wars,
Unlike
I'm
the
firmly in the
movies.
Star Trek camp. I think
Check
Star
out
Trek
Star Wars The
overall
Clone
is
Wars. It's
better
a really
written,
good
more entertaining,
Star
and
Wars series.
generally just better than it. I grew up playing Star Trek games, watching Star Trek on TV, wanting to be my own starship captain. I can check that one off the list at least. Star Wars
you
has
have.
great, enjoyable, quotable
I love the
movies.
lightsabers.
That didn't have as much of an impact on me as Star Trek did. As such, I'm much more detached from the Star Wars franchise, and why I'm able to say that when you get right down to it, Star Wars is really kind of stupid. A bunch of religious zealots that use an invisible
little
magical energy field run around
But
with
it's still
laser
fun.
swords while little troll puppets dispense pearls of wisdom. Some asshole with a bucket on his head saunters up while obeying the commands of Evil Von Evilton, and a giant slug is somehow
With a bucket on
gangster
it,
commanding
douchebag with a
lots
bucket
of
on his head.
loyalty, despite the fact that he could easily be assassinated by just shooting him in his drooling face a few times from 30 feet away.
That is true.
Princesses engage in resistance
They made
movements
him
to
more
overthrow
movable in
empires.
the Clone Wars
Robots
series.
that nobody can understand are brought along on dangerous missions on terrain that they're not designed for, and subsequently inefficiently designed gold robots somehow are main characters, even though they have no function on missions. Single planets are also moons that have a full single ecosystem encompassing the entire planet, yet retain a completely breathable atmosphere, and somehow it's better to have a planet-destroying weapon, even though destroying entire planets is probably bad for morale and the economy.
Yes.
But then again, other people think differently and could just as well point out different things that Star Trek has about it that are stupid and absurd.
Please
It's the
tell.
great thing about nerd culture, our ability to converse intelligently about the things we love. Plus, let's face it, superhero
there are some
comics
things
are
that we
kind of
enjoy.
absurd
That's
too when you
basically
get right
about.
down to
That's
it,
the one thing about being a fan.
possessing
There are
just
some
as
things
much
that we enjoy
ludicrous,
as a fan.
absurd, and moronic elements to them, yet I absolutely
It's an
love
interesting alien.
superheroes. The
She looks
point is
interesting.
that, yeah, I like Star Wars fine. I just don't get as overly emotional about it as other people. I got more upset that the 2009 Star Trek movie
I'm a
had the
Star Wars
Enterprise
fan,
being
but I'm
built on
not
the
too big of
ground
a
than I
Star
did
Wars
about
fan.
I'm
I'm
not
aware of
shooting
the series
first.
as well.
But I get it. I get the rage
I know most
and I
some of
get
the, most
the
of the
love.
characters.
We're all geeks
There are some
together,
characters
and
I
we'll poke
have a
fun
hard
and
time trying to
nitpick to our
describe.
heart's content. I'm cautiously optimistic about the upcoming Disney trilogy. They seem to be making all the right choices. The
Yes,
first
they are.
being don't let George Lucas write or direct. And even if they do screw it up, we'll just have new fodder for jokes. And speaking of
Star
fodder
Wars
for
is
jokes,
in a good
did
place
you know that there were
with
Star
Disney.
Wars comics? Oh yeah, just
Oh,
like
yeah,
every
yeah.
popular franchise, Star Wars has multiple runs from multiple
Is
companies.
that a green
had a rather
rabbit?
bizarre run back around the
Bucky
time of
O'Hare?
A New
What are you
Hope.
doing in a
Dark
Star Wars
Horse has
film,
had critically
comic
lauded
book?
and
I was
critically
gonna say
panned
film. What the
series.
heck?
Hell, for a
That's
while
never
I was
gonna happen.
considering having my first proper Star Wars comic review to be from
Then
Dark
again, they got
Horse's
a
run
talking
that
raccoon in the Marvel
explains why
Cinematic Universe,
Jedi
Rocket
aren't
Raccoon,
allowed to fall
he
in
was
love.
awesome.
Spoilers, the reason is really, really stupid.
Really now?
But then there's what we've got today, Star Wars 3D #1, coming at us from Blackthorn Publishing. You may remember Blackthorn as being responsible for another 3D comic I've reviewed, the California Raisins 3D.
Oh.
If you don't remember that review, go and watch it again. But it's important to note that the
I remember
3D
the
in
California
that comic
Raisins.
was utter balls. It didn't create
It
any
is
effect
terrible.
at all, and it was hard on the eyes, like most 3D is anyway. The good news is that the 3D in this comic is actually a lot better. It's still pretty shallow in most places and completely unnecessary for dialogue balloons, but it does actually work in most spots. There will be sequences where there are characters in the front and characters in the background, and the Anaglyph 3D actually does what it's supposed to do and separates them. However, since the panels are going to be moving around in this review anyway, I would suggest you not watch this one with 3D glasses. Trust me, like the Phantom Menace in 3D, it does not make things any better. Let's dig into Star Wars 3D #1.
I'm getting
The cover's decent, if a bit
getting,
crowded.
you know,
The Star
Hellsing
Wars
Ultimate
3D
Abridged
logo is far too big
references.
and takes up a whole third of the thing. The middle has this scene full of aliens and Han Solo punching someone, Luke having his lightsaber out, though the hilt of the thing looks a bit larger than normal. Maybe that's just me. And Chewbacca lifting this guy over his head. Chewbacca seems the worst rendered, since now he kind of looks like Bigfoot. One day I'm gonna get that filthy Wookiee! The
end
story,
credits.
while being
I'm
published in
gonna say.
1987, seems to be set shortly after the first movie and is also apparently a 10th anniversary series. Man, were they ahead of the curve. It
Wow.
took the 35th anniversary for the studios to release crappy 3D Star Wars material and then cancel it. We open in space!
Like every Star Wars
A long
series
time
go.
ago, in a galaxy far, far away, in a sepia-toned galaxy, the stars stretch, then scream. The stars really were not ready for their yoga session that morning. As the fugitive
Apparently
freighter
not.
Millennium Falcon makes the jump in from lightspeed to find it has unwanted company, and they're too polite to ask them to leave. So yeah, a bunch of TIE fighters are attacking the Millennium Falcon. Hey, what the hell are these fighters doing all the way out here without a mothership? Or is that another Death Star back there? Would explain the grid lines on the planet. We can't outrun them, kid.
Would.
We're gonna have to stand and fight. Well, considering we've seen the Millennium Falcon's gunner ports, I'm pretty sure you mean sit and fight. As Luke and Han Solo
Really
separate
now?
to go to the gunner ports
Wow,
of the
Chewbacca
Falcon,
looks weird in this.
C-3PO offers this helpful comment. Oh dear me, why didn't I stay behind with R2? Because it wouldn't be Star Wars without some kind of annoying comic relief. Although, that is a good question.
anyway.
What the hell is C-3PO doing here? And why wasn't R2-D2 brought along? Whatever they're doing, the little trash can has proven a hell of a lot more useful than the robot who knows what order the forks are supposed to be laid out.
Yes.
Hey, we're the guys who destroyed the Empire's precious Death Star, remember? Yeah, and then they turned right around and built a new one. Then again...
First rule in government spending. Why build one when you can have two twice the price?
Nice shooting, Han.
That is
but after
true.
a target like the Death Star's exhaust port, shooting the fighters is a snap.
Best
did we
way,
mention that we
always have a
destroyed the
second,
Death Star?
always have a backup
we
player.
Totally did. We really want to convince the audience that we did that. Concentrate fire on port and starboard wait, is that a Star of David on that pilot's helmet?
In shoes out in space.
What the?
Zooming along, protecting the Hebrew race.
Anyway, the TIE fighters keep out maneuvering the Falcon, but they manage to get
Can
away
someone
by
explain
pulling
that to
a
me?
loop-the-loop
What
and
the
causing some of
heck
the
did I
fighters to
just
crash
see?
into each other. After blasting another one, Luke says Han can have the last one. However, when he tries to fire, it malfunctions.
Miserable hunk of junk, work blast you!
No,
Oh, boy.
Han, you're flooding it. Give it a rest. After hitting it once more, though, it works and blasts the remaining TIE fighter. By the way, it really goes to show how crappy the Empire's TIE fighter pilots are, considering a beaten-up old freighter is capable of taking out an entire squadron of them single-handedly.
They are cannon
They
fodder.
start making the calculations to light speed, and Han says it's not too late for Luke to change his mind, and oh dear Lord, Luke's artwork! With his hand, anyways. He
Sorry
tried to
guys,
mind trick
I had to do a
Han.
little quick
We cut
edit.
back to
My
Yavin 4,
family
where
likes to
rebels
call
are
me.
trying
My
to
brother just
evacuate their
interrupted
base
me.
since,
That's
well,
why you heard that
even though they
noise, a
destroyed
little
the Death Star,
ringtone.
the Empire probably
My brother
knows where
calling
they
me
are.
for something
Of course,
else.
they probably wouldn't have to do this in such
This
a
is what
hurry
I was
if they
afraid of
hadn't
long
taken time
videos.
out to make
Someone
everyone
is going to
stand in
interrupt me.
formation while giving medals to everybody but the Wookiee, the racist bastards. And of course, being such a well-organized rebellion, they don't actually
Wow.
have a backup
Poor
base in mind,
poor
and
poor
are hoping
Chewbacca.
Luke and Han can help with that when they return. The sad part of all of this is that X-Wing pilot Porkins actually had a really great place in mind for a new base before his tragic fate. The General wonders if the two will even return at all. They haven't disappointed us yet, General. What do you mean, R2? There's
Oh, wow,
always
you
a
added
first
that.
time. I always like to think that R2-D2 is actually the most foul-mouthed jackass of the Star Wars universe.
You know, that would be funny.
Yes, I know, R2. I'm worried about them too. Lady, stop pretending you understand what I'm saying. I was telling you that hairstyle looks hideous on ya. We cut back to the Falcon.
You know, that would be
which is
funny. Everything
surprisingly enough,
R2D
returning to
everything
Tatooine.
R2D2 would
Both Han and
say
C-3PO
is
expressed their
disrespectful and
distaste over
foul
being
mouth.
here.
Don't know
It'd be a
why you
funny
needed to come
they'll
back
work in
here,
our bridge
kid.
series.
This place is still the unadulterated armpit of the galaxy. Plus, there's that whole I owe lots of money to a giant worm thing. That won't come back to bite me in the ass.
For the rest of you, maybe,
Oh,
but
I
I
see what you
grew
did
up
there.
here. I have a few loose ends to tie up
Oh,
before
depending
I
on
can
which giant
concentrate on
worm
the
are we
rebellion.
talking about?
Oh, really?
I want to come with you to Alderaan. There's nothing for me here now.
You'll have to sell your speeder.
That's okay. I'm never coming back to this planet again.
Luke, I'm just saying that maybe you don't need to worry about changing your mailing address. And despite the fact that it was the same damn scene, the writer apparently remembered that Luke sold his original land speeder and had to borrow one from the Yavin base. Although that does beg the question of what the rebellion needed with a land speeder on a forest moon. Will the Millennium Falcon be safe here, Captain Solo?
Safe as anything can be, 3PO.
And by safe, he means, shooting at it. Maybe no one will try to
Really?
steal the Falcon stereo if it already
Genius!
looks beat up. Or maybe it's galactic power locks. Actually, it turns out that Solo has a new trick up his sleeve.
Once I've activated her new camouflage webbing.
No ship that small has a cloaking device.
I love how this comic seems to have simultaneously seen and not seen Star Wars. It's an interesting dichotomy. Anyway, the group rides back to the
It is.
desolated moisture farm of Luke's aunt and uncle. We see that their bodies have been buried, which makes me wonder if Luke just did it now, or if he actually dragged their still smoking skeletons into the graves he dug. And with that thought in your head, just remember that this is the
Yeah.
same franchise that gave us Jar Jar Binks. Didn't realize coming back here would be so painful. Me neither, but for me, the painful part is my poor eyes.
Wait a minute, were
I
the
will
pa-
never
were his-
understand the need
were his
for
foster
3D
parents
comics
jerks
to also
back
make
then?
the
'Cause
text 3D, and this
were
comic
Luke's
actually can't
foster parents
decide
were
on
jerks
it.
back then?
Half
'Cause
the
I don't
time,
remember.
The text is just the darker red, and
I
the other
blame
times
Family
it's
Guy
kind of
for
a
their
blurry
abridged series,
mixture
for
of
their
blue and
parody of
maroon.
it.
You really need to look closely to read it properly, and no, reading it with the 3D glasses does not help. It actually seems to make it worse. They murdered my Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen. just because they bought a couple of droids. Well, sorry, Luke, but your aunt and uncle's credit card payments were way overdue, and the Empire's repo men can get a bit overzealous.
Yeah.
Luke realizes that
The
this part of
Empire
his life isn't over yet.
did
That
kill
the moisture farm meant
when they don't get
everything
what
to
they
his aunt
want.
and uncle, and he
They're
can't just
douchebags.
abandon it. I wonder what part of Joseph Campbell's hero's journey this is supposed to be. Hero refuses call, hero gains supernatural aid, and loses said aid. Hero decides that he really should be a farmer. Han points out that the Empire would be able to find him in a second if he did that, although given their track record so far, I don't exactly trust that to be the case.
Oh, wow.
However, Luke thinks he needs to find someone to take over the farm. Han tells him to just get over it, but Luke is dead set on his goal. Meanwhile, a Jawa comes across the cloaked ship, but apparently it's not just a cloak.
Oh, these
device,
little guys.
it's
I hate
also an
these
electric
guys.
Fence. The
They're
Jawa tries
annoying.
to push his stick into it, and the stick gets fried, causing it to flee. Back with our heroes.
If anyone on this miserable dust ball was even remotely interested in your folks' farm, they'd have claimed it by now.
The property still belongs to me, Han, and I've been away. Oh, yeah, I bet that'd stop them.
Really?
Hey, there's an awesome moisture farm down there that's clearly abandoned that I want to raid or make my own. But somebody still owns it. Foiled again. Hello, my friends. We'll be right back after these commercials with a commercial.
Alright. And I had a funny clip here.
Dirty monkey! Huh? Where? Oh my god, you could grind meat on it. Ah!
If you donate to the Youngbloods Disease Foundation, you can receive this nifty t-shirt. But if this style is not to your liking, there are a number of other styles available, including Poyo Lives. For this and many other options, please visit this link below. And now, back to our show. Luke decides to trust the Force, which leads him to Mos Eisley Spaceport.
Anyone you'd find here would as soon steal your farm as look at it.
Maybe so, Han, but that's where I've got to go. Because you trust the Force, I guess. The same Force that had the brilliant wisdom of letting a petulant teenager slaughter 90% of the Jedi Order, usher in an age of oppression, planet killers, and got your mom killed by a aforementioned petulant teenager, or a broken heart, or something stupid like that. I'm just saying, the Force seems like a colossal dick that enjoys messing with you people. They put on some robes to disguise themselves, since there's still a price on their heads in the spaceport, and it's the logical disguise.
Can I say it was the bad writing?
Everybody in Star Wars wears robes.
In that movie?
These people really need fashion consultants. At least in Star Trek,
Yeah,
they
they
always
somehow
tried
got
to
to make
update
some
the
motivation
uniforms
for
to make them look
for
different.
Anakin Skywalker to
Han
turn
asks
evil.
where they're going. To the cantina. I think the Force is strong there. In fact, I'm sensing a very strong force from this tequila bottle. I'd better drink it to be sure. Luke enters the bar and makes this horrifyingly creepy face. Aren't you so happy that you can see this face in 3D? Luke senses a guy cradling a drink and Han recognizes him.
Do you have any idea who that monstrosity is, kid? That's Throg, one of the nastiest spice smugglers in the system. And he who controls the spice
How come I never heard of him?
Luke, further demonstrating that he's the kind of guy who would get lost if you put a paper bag over his head, decides to go over to Throg and chat with him. Excuse me, is anyone sitting here?
You see anyone? Throg likes to drink alone. Throg also likes to speak in third person. Throg thinks it
I
makes
can think
him
of many
endearing.
characters who speak in third
Despite
person.
the threats that Throg makes, Luke continues to talk to him and asks him if he has everything he wants.
Throg has all he needs. Good booze and a fast ship.
Preach on, brother. Maybe you're satisfied, Throg, but are you at peace?
Wow.
Peace? What is peace?
Rosebud frozen peas, full of country goodness and green penis.
Oh, there are times when I love puns. But no, Throg, peace is that thing that Palpatine said you guys would have in an over-the-top fashion.
Once, long ago, Throg was a farmer and was at peace with the land.
So far, this has been less Star Wars and more Star Hippies.
Then the Empire came and took away Throg's farm, and Throg fled to the stars. Since that day, peace has been only a word.
What the hell was this guy farming that the Empire felt the need to claim eminent domain on his ass?
Cocaine?
You know what else the Empire took? Proper artwork separation. The panel of him pouring a drink is overlaying part of the speech bubble and covering it up, mostly because of the 3D effect. Luke hands the deed to the moisture farm over to him, because I guess he was just carrying that around. Throg considers it for a second, but then crumples up the paper and tosses it away, because it's too late, and he's too old for this crap, and he's seen too much, and blah blah blah. Yeah. Unfortunately, tossing a piece of paper in a bar full of surly jerks was a bad idea, since it bounces on a walrus guy's head, which ends up causing a bar fight. Because it's fiction, you can't have characters enter a bar without some kind of fight breaking out. 3PO suggests ducking out, but Han and Chewie can't resist a good fight. Luke, once again showing off how SMRT he is, says Han's name out loud, which gets people to recognize them. The group make a hasty retreat, with Luke calling back to Throg that it's never too late to change.
When it comes to bars, anyone who knows Han Solo, they immediately attack.
Christmas past, present, and a long time ago. Throg, inspired by, well, nothing, really, picks up the deed. All of a sudden, there are stormtroopers outside.
Citizens, halt! We wish to see your identification. Did you know how fast we were driving out of that bar?
They shoot at the troopers and get away in the land speeder.
Are they still terrible shooters? Are they still terrible shooters in the comics?
This much credit. The Falcon itself is only in blue, so it does actually have a weird kind of camouflage or perception filter thing going for it. Anyway, they slam through the Jawas and haul ass off the planet. And so our comic ends with Throg at the moisture farm looking up at the sky. Throg.
That's nice. By the way, are stormtroopers still terrible are still going to be terrible shooters to this day? Because that trope is going to be funny. It's still going to be funny for some strange reason. And it's a real downgrade. Ever since the stormtroopers, the clones, joined the forces of good and they were the good guys, at least they were hitting and shooting at the enemies. But ever since they joined the dark side, they were a disappointment.
Throg thanks you, little man. May the Force be with you. And now, as is tradition among my people, I will eat the corpses.
This comic sucks, but it's not dreadful. The story is a bit of a continuity hiccup with the movie, considering Luke's remarks about having nothing left for him there, but you can probably chalk that up to him just being lost in the moment and not having any real time to grieve and take in the loss of his surrogate parents. Him mourning for them and wanting to see their moisture farm survive does demonstrate some humanity.
That is
the problem, though, is that the whole thing feels a bit contrived. There's no actual reason for Luke to return to Tatooine. It's not like we see him getting any personal effects or anything. In addition, trusting the Force to just lead him to a random asshole who just happened to be a former farmer is really pushing it.
Because I can't remember.
I mean, does the Force really care all that much about finding the right person for a moisture farm? But yeah, the story is fairly harmless. The real issue comes from the 3D. It's better than the California
I wish this was in color. It would be a lot more interesting.
A difficult hurdle to leap over. The 3D
is
still pretty
you on
shallow and more often than not hurts your eyes,
Shut up, phone!
If you're trying to read the dialogue. Star Wars 3D took its first step into a larger world. And probably should have stepped back.
Engineering the bridge, I've got
we're back to this story.
Point in the shielding that is open to us every few minutes. I can beam down one person and one small object.
You still look like Doc Ock to me, buddy.
No, Poyo. I have something else in mind.
Oh.
All right. Go and play.
By Sagan, this is taking forever to get anywhere. I really should have given Neutro some tennis shoes or something.
Really?
Well, look what the cat dragged in and vomited up.
Insano, you know, you really don't have to do this.
No, but I kinda do. Otherwise, I'd have to turn in my Mad Scientist Club card. And let me tell you,
I didn't know they make those.
Scientists can be real dicks about that kind of thing.
They are.
Look, have you actually thought about what you would do after you took over the world?
Oh, well, I don't know. Have people fight in my gladiatorial arenas and have lots of kinky sex, just for starters.
So, really, all you want is for people to fight for your amusement and to get laid, right? I have holodeck technology. You don't have to do any of this.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. Don't really give a crap about fake people. I heard you got that Linksano fellow to work for you, but I'm not Linksano. I want to rule the world. I will crush resistances, make people adore me, and make the world's currency Insano dollars.
If I had a clip, I would have used it.
If anyone tries to bitch at me about it, my robot army will crush them and serve them up as low-quality meat product. In other words, I'm Dr. Insano, bitch, and I'm going to rule the world!
Okay.
What the hell is going on?
Oh, that would be my Cybermat getting drunk on Neutro's power systems.
Well, that's the end of that robot. Really?
Get away! I need home turf advantage! Beam us out of here! Knock it off, Insano! You and I both know how this is going to end. I'm gonna go up to you, beat you up.
Oh. Got power gloves.
What the hell? Something wrong, Linkara? You came here prepared to fight a madman, and instead you find a god?
Why'd I get the feeling you was gonna say that?
Things. Power-enhancing energy glove. Not my design, of course, but I've made a few improvements.
Not your own.
Not your own design.
You took the USS exit strategy. You got all the tech that was on board, including the stuff that Yasu Otaku
Nostalgia critic?
Power-enhancing energy gloves. They increase your body strength by 1,200%.
Indeed.
I'd like to know about this video.
Linkara, you want to go a few rounds? Come get some.
The magic gun. Your classic magic gun. Oh boy.
Right. It's morphin' time.
Wait, what? Are you serious? What in the world am I watching right now?
Wanna try again, nerd boy?
Morphin' time, seriously?
Started, asshole.
What the?
Excuse me? You're kind of interrupting our fight scene.
Shut up!
I can never go home again thanks to you. I can't help my friends, my family, my wife.
I know. I found out about your mission.
Who the heck?
And I'm sorry.
Little late for sorry.
Okay, look, obviously you two are having something of a lover's quarrel, so,
Shut it! Jairus, I made a mistake. A horrible, terrible mistake, because I let my rage get the better of me. I realize that now. But I have resources. I have a ship in orbit with the best dimension-crossing technology in the multiverse. And I have a crazy-ass scientist who can help you get home.
Him? His scientist couldn't make water if you stuck him in a room with a snowman and a blowtorch. Look, I may not
Okay, that was funny. That was a funny remark.
Be of more help than that, dingbat.
I know about your mission, and I can help you.
What mission?
Me, Full Metal Alchemist. And not only can we take
Full Metal
this world,
wow.
I can get you where you want to go, but with an army
This is
of
crazy.
robots to crush your enemies.
I can't promise you success, but I'll sure as hell do everything I can to make it happen.
I can promise you success.
What the hell could either of you do to convince me that you're on the level?
Take it.
Oh.
Take my ship if you have to free your world.
His magic gun.
You remind me of some people I don't like.
Anyone who opposes me will be destroyed.
Emergency Procedure 4, activate!
Okay, that happened.
I think you need better force fields.
Yeah, that has become very clear to me.
Yes.
What have I to
Seems like
fear
it.
from you, worker ants, scurrying about with your pitiful weapons, afraid of the purity of science? I am Dr. Insano, your Alpha and your Omega. I have defeated time, hypertime, and the worst Final Fantasy games ever.
Wait,
Eat
what?
death, you magical morons.
I'm not sure what is happening right now, but hey.
This guy's tough.
He really isn't. The gauntlets are his advantage right now. Can you distract him for a minute?
My pleasure.
What are you planning, dude?
When we last spoke, you said that you were holding back, that you could cut loose. Care to give a demonstration?
Wait, what?
Delighted.
Oh. Oh, it... Okay then. It hit him.
Nimue, beam this asshole out of my apartment!
Well, why the hell didn't you just beam him out of there like that before?
This unit was unable to get a lock on the intruder until the gauntlets were disabled.
Yeah, you just kind of get used to that when it comes to Insano.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I guess I'm gonna have to get used to it.
That was a good
wasn't
point. Why
lying
couldn't
to
he
you,
just beam him? They actually
With the
explained
resources
that.
of Comicron 1, we can get you home, help you survive the trip, and help free your world.
Why the hell would you help me? I've done nothing but make your life miserable since we first met.
Because I was wrong about you. I don't think you're my enemy. I think you're my friend. And you don't leave your friends behind when they're in trouble. You try
That
to
was
help
cheesy,
them.
but
Try
true.
to make them better.
It's true.
I'm not ready to call you that yet. I would have needed to ask for your help if you hadn't destroyed my watch. However, I will need your help. You know where to find
Is that the Green Ranger really?
Sorry about Insano, man. He could be a real asshole.
Yeah, considering he killed you that one time, you would know. Which reminds me, how many times have you died now?
1, maybe 3, depending on whose continuity you believe.
You're a friggin' Time Lord, man.
Oh, don't pull that Doctor Who crap on me.
Your frustration amuses me.
Dude, you are evil.
Somehow I doubt that. Still, thanks for keeping Insano on a leash again.
I think he just needs to get out of the house sometimes to amuse himself. Hey, are you really gonna help out that gunslinger guy?
Yep. Linksano's working on trying to figure out the coordinates to his home universe. Apparently, the database in his ship is different from Comicron 1's.
Do you really think you can trust him? The dude shot you in the back, and he stole guns for a living.
Yeah, but he's not doing that anymore. And I think the fact that he didn't just take the gun and let Insano finish me says something.
Maybe. Anyway, I'll order the pizza, and meantime, I will kick your ass at Tekken.
Do you always carry a controller around with you everywhere?
Yeah, because I'm the Lord of Tekken.
He's a
All
Tekken
right, I'll
fan.
be there in a minute.
And maybe most gamers carry their controllers when they're ready to throw down.
So is that blue in your hair?
I can control how I look, and I got bored.
So is this going to be a regular thing, you showing up around here?
Not really, sorry. There are rules to magic and the forces you're playing with. And you're going to need
Magic,
to learn those
how does
rules
it
for
work?
some things coming.
Oh, what? Like some new evil on the horizon that I have to deal with?
There's always a new evil. Fortunately, there's also a new hope.
Wait, did you just do a Star Wars thing?
She pulled a Batman on you.
Information. Throughout this last year, this unit has experienced several critical malfunctions that have interfered with normal operations.
Really?
They are far too numerous and in specific areas to be mere malfunction.
Yes.
Initiating self-diagnostic to determine if the fault lies within this unit or inside...
Oh.
Self-diagnostic. Cancelled.
Oh, crap. I'm sure that won't bite them in the butt. Ah, who am I kidding? Anything with a color red and turns with a scary tone is always a bad idea. Always gonna be a bad moment. Is there something else in the ending of this video? Skip. What was that? And what?
I have no idea what these do. I'm just pushing buttons, really.
Nice.
I bought this at a Best Buy. It still plugs in very nicely.
Cool. I think you just got my support. I think you got my support for you, dude. This little jingle's awesome. I like it. Well, that was Atop the Fourth Wall, the Star Wars 3D, Part 1. I'm not doing Part 2. I'm sorry. The video's as long as it is, and I don't want to run the risk of being interrupted. But hey, I know editing is a thing, but hey, that's just how I roll. That's how I roll. I don't like the longer the video, the more difficult it's gonna be to get this thing uploaded and edited. Anywho, thank you guys for watching. And you're welcome, Commander Grizzly. Happy birthday once again. I hope you enjoyed this reaction video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Support me on my Patreon. I have updated my Patreon a bit, so you're getting a lot of stuff. Getting a lot of stuff if you join my Patreon, guys. Remember, the higher the tiers, you have connections to certain stuff like contacting me on Discord and joining me on live stream reactions. If you want to join me and talk to me and do discussions on YouTube, and I can upload our discussions as we record and have them on and have them uploaded on YouTube, or you can join me on commentary when I'm playing video games, so we can talk about that. So yeah. Anywho, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Take care. Have a great day. Be safe. Happy birthday, Commander Grizzly. Support Atop the Fourth Wall's channel. I should have said in the beginning, his link and information is in the description down below, as well as the original video as well. Most importantly, take care. God bless you all, and stay frosty, everybody. You guys are awesome.